Right, here we go again. This is part 2 of the fostex BF160 tutorial. Last time, what were we up to? We recorded I think it was a couple of guitar tracks, or a guitar track and a couple of vocal tracks. And we used a little bit of reverb and showed you a little how to use the pan, and also how to do an internal mixdown, which when you do an internal mixdown, it mixes it down to the next available program in line. So we were on program 4 for our recording track, and we did an internal mixdown to program 5. So right now I've plugged the machine from my headphone out over here into a stereo today, so we can hear what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to play track 5 and see what we were up to last time and see what we've got. So the first thing I'm going to do is push play. Then I'm going to turn these, I'll put these volumes up now, I guess. They'll be right. And before we start, I think I'm always also going to pan them left and right. So I'll hit the pan button, which will bring all these up on the screen. It's on our tracks. Our stereo track is on 1 and 2, so as you can see here, number 2 is flashing, so I'm going to wind that to the right hand side. Then I'm going to come over, click track 1, same thing, jog wheel right to the left, and exit no to go back to normal screen. And I'm going to hit play and see what we had. So with luck you'll hear what's going on this time. There we go. Not exactly a number 1 hit, but she'll be alright. Right, that's good. I'll stop that and rewind back to 0. Right, what we're going to do today is try a bit of bus recording, which is what I normally do all the time anyway. This will allow us to plug out, if we're doing multiple vocal tracks or something like this, then we can plug into one channel, go through the compressor and record onto multiple tracks without having to re-plug in and blah 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 blah. So what we're going to do is we're going to carry on with this existing program 5, because I'm happy with that mix at this stage, and I'm going to add some more vocal tracks, but this time we're going to use the compressor and use bus recording. So right, I've plugged my microphone into channel 16, channel 8 or 16, whatever you like to call it. Now, if you're going to be using a condenser mic for your vocal work or something like that, then you'll need phantom power. So I'll show you how to get phantom power if you need that. So we come to the setup button, and normally it'll start at the top here, so you just wind right down to the very bottom and come up your third one, which has got phantom power and it's set to off. So we hit our exit enter yes key, the off flashes, turn your jog wheel to on, and you can click on, and that's it. You just hit exit no to go back. But we don't need phantom power because I'm just using an SM58, so I'll turn that off. Phantom power can damage microphones that aren't condensers, so I won't use that, so I'll turn that back off. And that's off. Go back to normal screen. Right, so what we're going to do here first is we're going to use the compressor. So I'll go back to my setup key. Just under the phantom power, we've got compressor channels. Now the compressor channels only work on 13, 14, 15 or 16. So what we do is come to compressor channel, hit enter yes, the off flashes. We go to 13, 14 or 15 or 16. So I'm in 16, so I'll click that one. So I'll hit enter yes. And the compressor channel is set for these two faders down here. But I'm using 16, so we'll go with that one. exit no to get out of there. Now to set the compressor on channel 16 we need to come here and hold our thumb on the shift, or use two hands. Put your thumb on the shift key, and up here where it says EQ or compressor, while holding down the shift key, hit this top button here. And both these will be flashing here, so we're using 16, so we'll hit that one, and that'll bring us up here on screen what we want to do. So on the top here we've got threshold. What I'll do, instead of explaining how it all works, I'll just lead you to a quite a good preset that'll get you through most vocal work and most things. So a threshold here, I'll usually come back on my jog wheel to 20.5. Now to move through these we just hit this top button again. Now on the ratio I'll turn my jog wheel once to the right, so the ratio says 20.1. That's all cool. The attack, which is how fast you want the compressor to respond, I'll wind my jog wheel right back to 5 milliseconds. And then I'll hit the button again to the gain. Plus 10 dB is okay. I usually go 10.5 or 11, but here 10.5 is okay. You'll notice up here it's turned off, so we'll just hit our button one more time, and that's flashing, so we turn it on. It's flashing, so we go enter yes, and that's good. It's turning it off and on, as you see, so we wait until it's on, and then we exit out of there. Exit no to come out. Now the compressor is set on channel 16. Now we've got to get it up and running to record. My gain's up pretty high, so I'll just drop that back a bit. Pick up my microphone. Now what we're going to do here to set things here is, for bus recording we have to select the channel that we're plugged into. In this case we're plugged into channel 16, so I'll hit this button here, input select, and that brings up all this, as you'll see, and that is flashing. So I'll come down here and select 16, and you'll see it pops up on here. So that's good, it's selected that. The source track, what we want to do is select the same track, so we go source track next, and it's waiting here for us to select the source track. Go back to 16, see it come up here, that's good, it's accepted that. Now the good thing about the bus recording is we come to record track, so we'll hit record track, and it's waiting for us to decide what we want to record onto now. We've got our mix over here on 1 and 2, so to keep it nice and tidy, I think I'll record onto track 3, just to put things next in line. So I'll highlight track 3, that's all good, you can see it's coming up on track 3 here, so I'll exit no to go back to screen. And what I'll do now is hit the auto punch in ready record button, and start testing my mic. So what I'll have to do next is turn up channel 16 to feed it the input gain. As you'll see it's coming up here, 2, 2, 2, 2. And before I turn up channel 3 and blow my ears out, I'll get the level right here, so I'll set that on about 0, 2, 2, 2. And I'll come over to my gain knob here, and same as usual, we'll get this to where we want it, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. And as you can see the compressor's keeping it quite limited, so that's the good thing about the compressor, will keep it under control for you. 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. I'm peaking there, so I'll come back, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. That's good. So now I'll turn up channel 3 and see what it sounds like. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Yep, that's good. As you can see there, we're on channel 3. So what I might do now is put myself some effect on this one. We'll try something different this time. We'll go to effect 2, and I'll choose my channel, which is channel 3. As you know, while it's flashing, I need to turn my jog dial wheel and bring it up. 2, 2, 2, 2. It should be preset on a chorus, if I remember rightly, by default. So I'll set it up on about halfway so we can see what we're going to get. I'm going to go and try and pick a delay and play with it a little bit. So I'll exit no out of this. I'm panned to halfway there, so I've got 50% effect. Go back here and I'll go to effect 2 here because we want to change our effects. So yep, as I thought, it's got chorus here. So while this L35 top part is flashing, we can turn our jog wheel and go through. So flanger, mono pitch, delay pitch. Here we go, L29 mono delay. I'll just use that one, so I'll go enter yes. That's good. And as you can see, I have got delay, so that's all good. But I don't really like it. So delay time, it's quite quick, so I want a longer delay. So this top one, 80, that means we've got 80% effect in our mix. So what we do is come to effect 2 again, hit the button again, and that'll bring us down to delay time. If I turn my jog wheel to the right, 1, as you can see, the further right I turn it, the longer the delay is. Yeah. It's delaying too many times, so we'll come down to the feedback, which means the amount of times it delays. So we'll hit effect 2 again, and we'll bring it right back to 1. And you can keep going down and play with. You've got high ratio and filters here, so go through and play with it all. So we'll exit now out of there, and exit right out of there, and rewound. So I'm going to try a practice run while this is flashing. We're in practice mode, so we'll push play, and we'll see what we get. Yeah, so that's alright. So we'll go back and record ourselves a track. Rewind that. And I'll keep quiet this time to save me fading our tracks in on the internal mix. So I'll have to think of something to sing to this one. So here we go. Hold down record and push play. And I hit the stop, and you would have saw the please wait. So we recorded that, so I'll rewind that and have a listen to my fantastic vocal track. Rewind. This is not flashing, so we're safe. And by the way, when you do have this ready for record, be very careful with your speakers. If you turn them up too loud, you will encounter feedback. So that's another whole issue. But yeah, if you're doing vocal tracks, just use headphones, or keep your speakers down very, very quiet, and never face your microphone at the speakers. So let's have a listen. Yep, that's good. So what we'll do now, rewind that, and what I'll do is I'll do another vocal track again, just to show you the bus recording. So to go to another track for recording, we don't have to change any microphones, no nothing. We just come back to record track button. Whoops. That brings up that screen. We turn track 3 off, and we'll record onto track 4. So I'll turn that on. You'll see it come flashing up here. So that's good. I'll exit no to go back to normal screen. We'll turn that up. All our gains are correct, so we don't have to do nothing to really readjust here, apart from effect. And I'll put the same effect on, which is on effect 2. Channel 3 is flashing, so I need to change to channel 4. Turn my jog wheel up to about the same amount as 3, and that'll give me the same delay. But go through all the effects and play with all the different things, and there's lots of stuff there you'll have fun with. So I'll exit no out of there, turn on my record ready track, auto punch in, check. Yep, and we're there. So we can go right through the board and record everything, but you can plug anything in here and do the same process. So bus recording is really great, and the compressors are quite good. They do a great job. So, I'll do a practice run on my next vocal track. I'll try a bit of shaker on this one, maybe. Yeah, well, we'll try that. So, stop, rewind. This time I'm going to record shaker. So, as terrible as it is, here we go. Hold down record, push play. Right, that's cool, we've done that. I'll play that back and have a listen to that. Let's see if my shaker came out. I may have to turn this track up because it will be a bit quiet. I might just pan my shaker to the right hand side, I think, to make it sound a bit better. So we go up and we pick track 4, toggle it to the right, exit no, back to normal screen, and I'll push play again. Okay, I'll stop and rewind that. Now what I could do is start making my shaker and my voice sound a little better. So what I'm going to do now is turn the bus situation off. So I'll turn down my track 16, go to record track, turn number 4 off, exit out of there, go to my source track, turn 16 off, and I'll go to my input select track and turn 16 off. So you do have to turn these all off. Exit no to get back out of there, and now we're ready to play with our tracks that we have. So what I'm going to do here is open up the EQ system for one of the tracks. So I'm going to push play. And I'm going to try and EQ my voice that I just did, which is on track 3. So I'll open the EQ and click my track 3 up here, turn track 3 on, I'll zoom in a bit here so you can see. Right, I'll just stop that. So what we've got here is your lows on this end, mid-range and your highs, and it's got a whole lot of different ways you can do it. But as soon as you turn your EQ on and play with your jog wheel, it's going to be set with your high end. So when you turn this, you'll see this come up like a little mountain over here. Now this is your high end, like your treble. So what I'm going to do is play this again, rewind that. I'm going to play it again, and you listen to the vocal I just done this time, and you'll hear it get a lot more trebly as I wind this up. So. If I wind it down, it will go very muffly. So I'll stop that, rewind that again, push play. Now, if I want to bring my bottom end up and down, I'll just click my way down, I'll go to mid-range, then I'll go to my low end. It says low flat here. Same thing again, wind your jog dial. You'll see the bottom going down. So you just find a nice setting. Stop that. You can hit your mid-range there, so you can bring your mid-range up and down like so. But just click your way through them. You can also get parallel adjustments as well, which you can squeeze and make spiral lumps and all sorts of shapes, but be careful, it can get a little confusing in there. So that's how we play with our EQ. So I'll exit no out of there. That's all good. We'll try that again with the shaker. So I'll just EQ the shaker quickly and put a little more top end in it and take the bottom end out. So that's probably what I'd normally do with the shaker, considering we're just doing an internal mix on this machine anyway. But what we inevitably will be doing will be archiving all these separate tracks off, untouched with effects and EQ and everything. It goes straight from the microphones, and we'll archive those tracks. And I'll show you how to mix them down on a PC program after that. So I don't usually bother to do internal mixes on this machine, so I just gather tracks and move them to the PC usually. So a bit of top end on our shaker, so I'll push play, push my EQ button, I'll come to track 4, go to my high end, bring my bottom end out of it. So that's cool. Rewind. Right, ready for our next step, which will be internal mixdown again. So what it will do is internally mix itself down into the next program here, which will be program 6. So we'll just test that one more time to make sure I don't have to fade anything else out before and afterwards. And then what we'll do, we'll burn off a CD to listen to in the car, and we'll burn off an archive disc to load to PC for mixdown. And if there's anything else anyone doesn't know or might want to know, then they can just let me know in the comments or something. So, right, I'll just listen to this through and check again. Yep, that's all good, so we'll do our internal mixdown. So, I'm all ready to go now, there's nothing else we have to do. So to get ready for our internal mixdown, we hold the shift key down and hit the direct chord button, and as you see here, that flashes and it says int.mixdown, internal mixdown. So to do our internal mixdown, we just hold record and push play, and now it's mixing down, and that'll be mixing down onto program 6 for us. So we'll sit back and wait for that. Yeah, I'll just fade the master out and stop there. Please wait. Program 6. It's gone straight to program 6 for us to double check. So I'll also pan these stereo just to make it sound a bit better for now. Program 1, channel 2, exit out. Yeah, that sounds good enough to burn off to CD for now. Right, okay, next thing we're going to do is burn off a CD, an audio CD to play in the car stereo or your house stereo. Now, right, we're at our next step now. We're going to burn off a couple of CDs, one as a CD audio and the other as a archive of the separate waves from our program for mixdown on PC. So, pop my CD in our tray. If you have one of these models, CD, it's IDE scan. So, right, you come to your setup button here and use your jog dial to go down and find save program. It'll be down here somewhere. There it is, save program. Hit your enter yes key. It flashes IDE, which is the internal burner we have in this, so hit enter yes. Now it's asking us if we want to do a backup or do a CD. So in this case we want to do a CD, so we'll go to use our jog dial and go over to CDA, hit enter yes. It's going please wait, and it brings this screen up for you, which these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 etc. are your different tracks for your disc. So it's asking us now, what do we want to put as track 1? So we'll click enter yes for track 1, and this here, with your jog dial you can select your different programs. So our mix is on program 6, so we will leave that there. We'll click that, and that's ready there. Now if you've got other songs you've mixed down on other programs, you can just use your jog dial and move down and select them for your different tracks. So once you've got it to this mode here, all we do now is hold down the record key and hit enter yes. and that's it. It's now burning off our CD to pop in our car stereo. Once this is done, we will burn off an archive disc for mixdown on PC. She'll just pop herself out when she's ready. Here she comes. Pop the disc back out. Our next step, we're going to go in and pop another disc in. And what I want to do is save all my separate tracks to mix it down properly on the PC. So we'll pop that disc in, hit exit no to go back to a normal screen, go back to setup. It's still on save program, so we hit enter yes again because we want the same one. IDE, yes, we're using our internal burner, enter yes again. It always defaults to flashing on the backup. This time we do want the backup, so we hit enter yes. Then it asks us if we want to wave, and yes. And it wants you to do all sorts of stuff through here, so just keep hitting yes, 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 yes. Just keep hitting yes. As long as you're on the program at the time that you want to archive off, you just keep hitting yes all the way through, and it'll just start burning. It just wants you to tell it which program you want, etc, blah 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 blah, and name it all, and etc etc. But once you get your disk loaded into your PC, you can name your file in there and name your files, so it's a little easier there. And once that's done, that'll just pop out, and Bob's your uncle. We'll be all done. And there she goes. She's clicked herself out. And that's our archive track. All separate. Exit no out of there. Turn your volumes down. And I'll switch my machine off. And I'm off for another cup of coffee. Ciao. Now, while you're still on your when you're in your program and you've got it all mixed and you've got all your effects set and everything like that, and you want to save all your mix down because you're going to work on it the next day and you don't want to lose what you've done. Well, what you do is you come to this button here which says store, and obviously you're going to have your program open you're working on and you're about to close it or do what we're doing, so you want to store your mix down, so you go store, you push the button store, then it comes to here 00 because I haven't got any stores because I've cleaned the machine, and internal mix down, initial mix down, and we go yes, enter yes, hit it once, and it's asking us to write a whole lot of crap and call it something, but don't worry about that, you'll know what it is. And that is scene stored. Then if you want to recall your setting, when you come back and turn your machine on, you go back to program 6 or what have you. Once you're on program 6, go to recall, go to the number. Well, it'll only bring these up for each program, but it'll bring up whatever setting you've got, and then just click enter yes, scene fader recalled, and you're back to your mix that you had.